Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be. Stamp collecting is fun, will be fun, and always has been fun. And today, it can I speak? Yesterday I had a look at the Blue Ribbon album. I only got a few pages in. Maybe I'm talking too much, and I was hoping to do both books, so the Blue Ribbon and this Royal Mail stock book. So I thought, you know what, we'll have a look at this, see what updates have been done in the Royal Mail stock book, which I've tried to keep some sort of semblance of order in with regards to collections. So, and it's a beautiful book. And it came empty, and I decided to try and collect interesting, exciting stuff with stamps that I had a certain amount of, so it keeps them safe and puts them in some sort of order. And I've put little tags there to remind me what these items actually are. And in this case, we've got Russian occupied zone, Germany, 1948. So here we've got figure type people. Can I get this out? You know, Karl Marx, for example. You can immediately see the German and Russian influence there. Who have we got here? Hauptmann. Kollwitz. You know, figures of the left. Bebel. You get the idea. So the Russians aren't actually per se using Russian figures. Can I actually get this one out? Here we are. This is Friedrich Engels, I think. Yeah, Engels. You can tell by the beard. But these are the occupied stamps that were used during just post-war Germany. Here's Karl Marx again. So we've got some nice stamps there. Also, these I've added to you can see an overprint there, which just about see an overprint there. As far as I know, it is Russian occupation. Yes, Soviet. No, here that's better. Sowjetische Besatzungszone. So that joins the Besatzungszone, joins this particular part of the album. And here we've got the province of Saxony and the rebuilding of said province. And it is part of the plan, basically, that the Russians had to rebuild that part of Germany that they were occupying. So now we go back in time. I go backwards and forwards with this album. Saar overprint. Saar had a number of names over the years, depending who owned it, French or Germany. But these are all overprints. S-A-R-R-E. So this suggests French. Now it is post World War One. Germany have lost, and the Saarland, S-A-A-R, is now being renamed in the French version of that area. It's border. It's a border, so it's back and forth, depending which is the biggest beast. Is it France? Is it Germany? I think Germany took it after the French-German War. Then the First World War, Germany ultimately capitulated and it went back to France. So we got some nice overprints there. That's been used, hasn't it? Yeah, so that's quite nice. They're nice. The Berlin Olympics. I've got one of those stamps, and here we have a high-flying diver. Deutsches Reich stamp. Olympisches Spiel, you can see that there, 1936. and somebody flying through the air with the greatest of ease, and it is probably diving. That's quite nice. 1938, the 5th anniversary of the rise of the Third Reich. So they had an anniversary. The 5th anniversary, 1938. So here we have a what you might call a Aryan perfection there. Man holding a torch, 2 horses, pretty Deutsches Reich, pretty full of symbolism. When I received this stamp, I thought, what on earth is it? So when I Google or AI'd it, that came up. Of course, don't believe everything I say, even on these dockets here, because I can make big old mistakes. 1935, return of Saar to Germany. So, Germany walked into Saar and returned it. Here we have mother and child reunion almost. Emotive, evocative. Germany take over that particular part of the border again. And what year is this? 1935. So Germany really rattling its sabres here. 1936, 10th anniversary of Lufthansa. Lufthansa still in existence. That's quite a nice stamp. It's got a plane on it, so it's probably a postal stamp. And here I've got a Geburtstag Führers. So this is 1938. So Graz, was he born? He's Austrian, wasn't he? So I've got a couple of these. No, I've got one. Peter, use your fingers. And God created fingers. So I thought that was a nice cancel. 1942 for official use until 1945. You can see why it became unofficial after 1945 or didn't get used at all after 1941. There's a couple there. 1934 emails. So here, can I get a nice clear one out? This is possibly the clearest. You see the bird, again flying through the air, across the globe, with the rising sun of Nazism. Luftpost. Airmail, in other words. And I do have a postcard written to England with one of those stamps. Here we have Party Adler emblem, which is the eagle. We see Adler, we see eagle associated with Germany throughout the ages. 1938, you see the eagle on top of the balustrade or whatever that the name of that thing is, column. We've further forward to the youth sort of scout movement that you know who created. Young boy there in shorts, blowing a trumpet. 1943, war-themed stamps. So, what have I got? Some sort of naval attack. People going over the top. Soldiers. More soldiers on a bike. People in tents. Maybe it's signals, communications. And finally, airplanes dropping paratroopers or parachutes. 1935, the Hindenburg airship. That's nice, isn't it? I like an airship. 1935 issues again. So what have I got here? We've got the eagle again. Then I cancel 1935, 18th of September. Again it's a 12. On a 25 version, the train. Let the train take the strain. And we move forward to the next section of this book. So here we've got Rhineland-Pfalz, French occupation zone basically, from 1947 to 49. We'll just take one of these out. No, I can't get that out. If they come out easy, I don't mind taking them out. Rhineland-Pfalz. 1947 Allied zone. So we got, you can see the Phoenix there. Allied, that would be US, UK, France. We fast forward to 1948, Württemberg, French occupation zone. Here we have a Germanic type lady. No, it's a gentleman. Schiller. Looks like Schiller. It's spelled Schiller, so it's not even a lady, it's a gentleman. 1921 to 22, Austrian postage due. So we're getting away from war as such now. Nice overprint. 7.5k. Quite a number of those around, quite common. Hindenburg stamps, I've got a number of these. The black bordered ones are fairly interesting in as much that signifies his death. So he died 1930 somethings, late 30s, before the war, just before the war, I think. He was president, and therefore he got this black band around him, around the stamp, to signify his death, to commemorate his death, to, you know, he was popular because he was a great general in the First World War for Germany. 1945 US and British zones, so we got some nice stamps there. I love that colour, stands out more here. So that was used in the British zone, Stadt Berlin. 1949 Sarre, France, so I've spelt it here the German way, French occupied zone. And you can see here, in particular spelling Saar. And also here, I've got those. So Deutsches Post 1945 to 49. And planting of plants and that. You know what, time is moving on. I was hoping to do a little bit, to have a little bit more. May have to come back again tomorrow and finish off either this one or the other one. I didn't pull back the elastics. 1948 Allied zone again, so in some sort of order. I'm very pleased with myself. And then these, Zone Francais, Leipziger Messe, 1947. So some early-ish stamps from the just post-war. And then we go to the Hitler heads, 1943 Bohemia and Moravia. Or is it Moravia? Moravia. And moreover, we have some more from 1941. Very common. Nice to own. We then go into British stamps that I've decided to load up. Victoria stamp there, foreign tax. Edward VII's, halfpenny and pennies. George V's. Edward VIII's. And this, Canada Quebec law stamp. Got Queen Vic on it. It's also got, you can see that little hole there? It is a little cross, can you see it? Yeah. I found that interesting. I thought, oh, it was damaged at first, but no, meant to be like that. We'll bypass the Swiss. I've got some Swiss in order, but I want to just show you quickly. We've got just another minute. We got a Lara Marianne's. So I've decided to collect Marianne's. A number of them came out over the decades. 1945 is my earliest one. But all down these here. We've then got the Sower. We've also got Maréchal Pétain, 1942. This was used in Vichy, France, so the Germans were in charge there. Pétain was the collaborator. He again was a great leader in the First World War for the French, but fell out of popularity by working for the Germans in the Second. Revenue France here, France 1982. This basically is a postal thing. Postal, it's not a stamp, it's a print But it's quite nice. 1892, I thought that was worthy of keeping there. And we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've run out of time, and I'll be back tomorrow to finish it off. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Sunday. Stamp collecting is fun. My sinuses are about to block up and I won't be able to breathe. Talk soon. Bye for now.